morning. So first off, I have to start off by saying, I got to comment on the whole Lemonade album, Beyonce. I have to. Everyone's doing it. Got to do it. Anyway, I have to say that I think that it was brilliant. I think this is one of her best albums to date, especially, everything she was talking about. I think it's brilliant because, all the stuff I guess she's been internally going through, whether she's going through it or not, we don't know, whatever. It could be album sales, could be real. Point is, every woman out here can relate to everything that she said on that album, be it father-daughter relationship or man-woman relationship, doesn't really matter, or relationships, period. Apologize if y'all can't see me. The sun is really out here today. But anyway, like I was saying, any woman can relate to everything that she was saying. She expressed some really deep personal things on this album, and I think that was just so real of her. You know what I mean? She was truly raw, real, and honest. Like I said, whether it really happened or not, is beside the point. But, a lot of us can't relate to that. But anyway, I think it was brilliant. I think it was wonderful. And so that's just my segue into actually what I'm really talking about this morning. But I did just have to comment on it. Sorry. But so what I wanted to say was that, when she was talking a lot about infidelity and cheating or whatever, we know that goes on a lot today, especially in this day and time. It's like nobody has really real respect for relationships anymore. Everybody has something going on. You know what I mean? It's just like when you meet people for the first time. You're out and about, you meet someone, even if you start dating, hanging out, getting to know somebody. I always say that, nobody is truly single these days. Nobody's really, really single. Everyone has something going on, whether it's, a girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, a friend with benefits, just a line, a team of people. I mean, regardless of what, nobody is truly, truly single these days. Everybody got something going on. You know what I'm saying? But, it all comes down to, you being honest about it and being open about it and allowing people to make their own decisions as to if they're going to deal with it or not. And I think that's the biggest issue to date with, dating people and just getting to know people is so many secrets and just dishonesty. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being upfront and real about your situations and what you have going on, it's you don't really disclose everything, and like I said, everybody comes with something, but if you're honest about it and open about it, you're allowing another person to decide if they want to deal with it or not. You know what I mean? Because who's to say that, if you tell a person, I have someone or whatever, who's to say they won't deal with you? Who's to say they will? I mean, but it's their decision. But it's still, about being honest and having the open communication and saying, this is what I have going on. Like I said, and then you allow that person to decide if they're going to deal with you or not. But in this day and time, it just seems like, it's just getting more and more, the norm to just not really, fully disclose, what's going on with you and your situation. You know what I mean? And it even goes to identify, why people even cheat in the first place. You know what I mean? And, I'm not a saint. You know what I mean? Everyone's had their moments or whatever. But, men, I feel, tend to cheat just because it's Wednesday. They'll cheat for they don't really need a reason. It's just they just want something new, they're gonna cheat. Whereas women, we tend to cheat because we're lacking something. Not to say that men don't cheat because they're lacking something, but women, I know, tend to go astray because they're lacking something in their relationship or something has happened or or what have you. But it's usually a reason behind it. Whereas men, it's men I don't really think they have reasons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's even with the, the Jay-Z and Beyonce situation. It's just this goes to show any woman, it doesn't matter if you're Jane or it doesn't matter if you're Beyonce. Like, you can still get cheated on. It doesn't really matter. Like, it does not matter. Men don't care, you know, the fact that this is a mega superstar. They don't care that you're playing Jane. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to do what they want to do regardless. Just like, and I'm not saying a woman won't, you know, but I'm just speaking from a woman's perspective. So, you know, but I'm not saying that, you know, a woman won't either. But at the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't even matter, you know, who you are, you know, what you look like, whatever. You know, a person's going to do what they want to do regardless. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why, like, in relationships, you can't really, you know, I've been one to feel like, you know, I'm not going to be a grown person's babysitter. You know what I mean? Like, if you are doing what you do, hey, that's fine, you know, but I'm not going to sit and babysit you and, you know, check your phones and all this. I mean, that's just too much work. And quite frankly, if you have to do all of that, like, I don't really need to be with you. I mean, seriously speaking, if I have to, you know, feel like I got to do basically the same shit I do with my kids, then there's really no need for us to even be in a relationship, because that's like, at that point now, it's like a child. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you can't even trust the person that you're with, it's like, what's the point? And, you know, of course, you can't have like a real relationship without trust. You know, trust is so important. And then it's like, once it's broken, it's the hardest thing ever to get back. You know, it's like, trust is so easily given out, but once, like, you're taken advantage of, or, you know, the trust has been broken, it's like, you know, you can, I mean, getting it back is going to be like hell. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's just best to just say what it is and be upfront in the beginning. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, again, I feel like in today's world, like, people have just gotten away from just being real and honest, you know, about whatever their situation is, whatever they have going on or whatever. It's like, you know, I just rather not say anything. I'm just going to, you know, keep it to myself, which is totally fucked up, because, you know what I mean? Like, that, again, you're taking someone's right to choose away, you know? And even if you're already in a relationship, you know, you should tell someone, like, I'm unhappy, or I don't want to be here, whatever it is that you're feeling, to where you need to go to someone else. Like, why not just tell the person with whatever the issue is? And then here's the thing too, is like, you know, people aren't mind readers. So, like, you know, when men step out or women step out to cheat or whatever, like, you know, have you asked yourself the question, like, you know, did I communicate my issues or my concerns to, you know, my partner? Did I tell them exactly what my issues were and why I'm unhappy? Or if hell, even if I'm unhappy, do we, you know, have I done that? Because people don't know what they don't know. So if you have not communicated that to them and you're just going and doing you or whatever, you know, that too is fucked up, because it's like, you know, how is someone supposed to know what to change or what to fix if it's not said? You know what I'm saying? Instead of you just going and doing what you want, you're not really communicating that. You know, I joke around a lot with my friends. I mean, I joke, but I'm really dead serious. I feel like relationships should be treated like a job. You know, like, you get a review every certain amount of time. So you get like you start out with your goals, right? You're beginning of your goals. So the beginning of your relationship goals. Then, you know, you get what? A 90-day probationary period. So in 90 days, that means I may need to give you another review on how you're doing, or, you know, and then, you know, towards the end of the year, or they come in that 1 year of your relationship, has to have a sit down and be like, okay, you know, here's your year-end review. I'm either going to keep you, or I'm going to get rid of you, you know, because it's like a job, seriously. Because honestly, the same effort that you put into your job is the same effort you should put into your relationship, because no, you're not getting, you know, monetary value out of it. You're not getting money out of the relationship. However, if this is the person that you want to spend your life with or spend your time with, I think it's just as important to give that same energy to that relationship just as you do your job. If you work hard on your job, you need to work hard at your relationship. You know what I mean? So I think it's important too to give feedback constantly, because again, people don't know what they don't know. So if you're not constantly communicating to this person, like, you know, here are my issues, here's what you're doing great, here's what you're not doing so great, or whatever, you know what I mean? That's just called open communication. And I think more, you know, people would be more successful in their relationships, you know, if there was just more line of communication and honesty. Let's just start there. Honesty first, and then, you know, communicating what your issues are and what they're not. Like, you know, it's just, I think it's just a simple thing that we as people are just not really, taking advantage of, which is communication. I mean, hell, we spend so much time on social media, texting, all this stuff. I mean, simply communicate. Like, the simple art of communication is just lost. It's just lost in translation, seriously. So, I mean, I just, again, think it's just so important to at least, give a person their opportunity to, correct their mistakes or right their wrongs if they're truly trying to do that, versus, just going out and doing what you're going to do, cheating and whatever the case may be. And that's on, like I said, it's on both ends, men, women, doesn't matter. But I'm speaking to both. Like, you have to give a person an opportunity to change. If you're asking someone to change something or to fix something, you also still have to give them that opportunity to do so before you make your next move. So anyway, that's just my opinion. So